You believe that if you just think about a problem long enough, you will find the answer. That if you replay the conversation one more time, you can change what happened. That if you analyze it deeply enough, you will finally understand. But this is the trap. Overthinking is not problem solving. It is an addiction to certainty in an uncertain world. It is the mind trying to control the future by endlessly dissecting the past. And while your thoughts feel urgent and important, they are simply spinning in place. When you think all the time, you have nothing to think about except thoughts. You lose touch with what is actually here, and you live in a world of ideas about reality. To see this clearly, you need to understand what is actually happening. You do not experience the world as it is. You experience a mental image of the world, constructed from memory and expectation. Right now, you are not seeing reality directly. You are seeing your mind's interpretation of reality. When you overthink, you are trapped inside this interpretation. You are obsessing over a map, believing it is the territory. The anxiety you feel is not coming from the world. It is coming from the story your mind is telling about the world. And here is the danger. You confuse the menu for the meal. You confuse words, ideas, and symbols with the actual thing. You chew on thoughts about life rather than tasting life itself. The more you engage with anxious thoughts, the more they become your default pattern. You are not just thinking. You are training yourself to think this way. Eventually, you stop saying, "I am having an anxious thought." You start saying, "I am anxious." The distinction disappears. You merge with the mental image. You forget it is an image at all. But consider this. If you can hear the voice in your head talking, then who is the one listening? You are not the voice. You are not the story. You are the awareness in which the voice appears. And seeing this distinction is the beginning of freedom. The sense of being a separate self, trapped inside a body, inside a mind. This is itself part of the story. It is not what you are. So how do you step out of this trap? First, stop fighting the thoughts. Fighting only gives them more energy. It is like trying to put out a fire by throwing wood on it. Instead, simply notice that a thought is a thought. When the voice says, "You are going to fail," do not argue with it. Do not try to replace it with a positive thought. Simply see it as what it is, a passing movement in the mind. Say to yourself, "There is the thought that I might fail," not "I am going to fail." Just, there is that thought. This creates space. It turns the monster back into what it always was, a pattern of thinking. But sometimes, the thinking is too loud to simply observe. This is when you must leave the mind entirely. You must come back to what is actually here. The weight of your body in the chair, the temperature of the air on your skin, the sound of your breath moving in and out. These are not distractions. They are reality. The mind cannot spin stories and feel the present moment at the same time. When you anchor yourself in sensation, in the body, in what is directly experienced, the simulation loses its power. You stop thinking about life and start living it. You realize that the whole point of dancing is the dance itself, not thinking about how well you are dancing. And finally, once the noise settles, you must do the one thing the mind fears most. Accept uncertainty. The overthinker asks, "But what if it all goes wrong?" And the answer is simply, "Then I will deal with it." This is the shift from resistance to presence. You do not need to know the future to be at peace. You only need to see that you are here, now, and that is enough. And here is where something quite funny becomes clear. The very act of trying to fix your mind, trying to get rid of the overthinking, trying to become enlightened, this is just more thinking. It is the mind trying to solve the problem of the mind. It is like trying to bite your own teeth. The struggle itself is the trap. When you finally stop trying to win the game, you realize there was never a game to begin with. You were searching everywhere for something you already are. You were looking for your glasses while wearing them. Your mind is a brilliant tool. It can build, create, solve, and imagine. But it is a terrible master. When you believe every story it tells, When you identify with every thought that passes through, you become a prisoner. The door was never locked. You were just knocking from the inside. And when you see this, truly see it, there is nothing left to do but laugh.